Talk to me, would you? Talk to me. Ooh, yeah. Talk to me.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Talk to Me with Jamie Simon. I'm your host, Jamie Simon. And tonight we are picking up with part 2 to the Richard Gibbs interview. Now, when we left off on the last interview with Richard, the question we asked him was, what does it take to be a musical master? Now, anybody that knows Richard Gibbs knows he's such a humble guy. So he had a real problem answering that question. So in tonight's episode, we start by asking, or doing a little word association. I'm going to give a word or a phrase, and Richard's going to say the first thing that comes to his mind. We had a great time. And this is it. So check it out. This is part 2 to the Richard Gibbs interview on Talk to Me with Jamie Simon. What do you hear?
Feel is really what it says. It's what feels good, but feel is not selfish. Feel is not just what you feel. But I learned so much really playing with the Tommy's band, because those guys, all of them, Kevin, Percy, Darius, Steve, Al, everybody, I felt, everybody was at a level. Everybody kind of brought their A game, if you will. I'm not so crazy
I get it.
Or whatever.
I get it.
But everybody has something to bring, and I feel really talks. It makes you think about the song you're playing. Mm-hmm. It makes you think about what it requires, and especially when you're around other players that play with that same sensitivity. So I guess feel is sensitivity, being sensitive to the song, being sensitive to the singer, being sensitive to dynamics, because not everything is loud, not everything is soft, but it's something about being sensitive. That's what feel is.
So you took me in a direction I wasn't going, but no. It was great because I was headed there. I hadn't got there yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw one more word out, and then I'm gonna go where you went.
Okay.
Accompaniment.
Wow. Okay. Accompaniment is definitely knowing your singer, and if you don't know your singer, accompaniment is all about listening. Accompaniment is all about space. Accompaniment is if they're singing, then that's definitely not the time for you to speak. But there may be a time in the song where they sing up to a certain point and it's a turnaround. That doesn't necessarily mean play the best chop you have, but accompaniment is support. Accompaniment is...
Support is good.
If I have a piano, I want to feel like I have a bass player. I want to feel like I have an accompaniment. Even cover all my bases. Okay. The singer should feel like I'm covered. You can't be a drum, you can't be a bass, but you can make them feel it. You can make them feel like, yeah. It's just foundation. It's just support.
That's good. All right. So here's the second part of this. I'm going to give you a name, and when I give you the name,
yikes! Tell
me what comes to your mind. Milton Brunson. Reverend Milton Brunson.
Reverend Milton Brunson. Opportunity. Fun.
Okay.
Just youthfulness, just freedom, because we had a lot of that in that band.
Good.
And even in the whole Tommy situation, but with Reverend Brunson, when we kind of came together, and I started out playing bass with them, and it was just he let us play. You know, he just let us play. So it's freedom. That was, you know, little side note, that was the first time I had done a record and actually heard the bass mixed like a real record. I mean,
Which record was that?
A Miracle Live.
Okay. All right.
You know, and prior to that, Larry Ball, Tony Moon. Larry Ball was kind of like my idol guy because Larry Ball used to play bass on my mom's records.
Okay.
So I would go to the studio and see him, and he was just like the man. And so when I got the job with the Tommies, it was just like, man, I'm sitting in Larry Ball's chair, and
Right.
it's cool, you know.
Right.
So, but to answer your question, Reverend Brunson, it just makes me feel freedom and makes me feel like a fun time playing with some cats that, you know, we just felt good. You know, I often say with Percy and I, and he'll say the same thing, for both of us, there's no better combination of him on piano and me on organ.
Good God.
It's
man.
crazy. And it's
God.
just like, I'll tell you another two guys that I think have the same kind of chemistry is Derek Lee and Ralph Lofton.
Oh, yes.
It's just something about,
That's a marriage there, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Percy and I haven't played together like that in a long time, but it's just, it's
Is
like
that something y'all developed, or did that just happen organically?
it was something I think God did.
Got it.
Because it was just, what we found is when he plays the piano, he plays what I would play if I were playing the piano, and I play what he would play if he were playing the organ.
Wow.
You know, but it was just the funniest thing. We've always said that it's just like, man, when we get the opportunity to do it, is home.
That's great, man.
What's up, everybody? This is Jamie Simon.
This is Mandel Brown.
Listen, and we just stopped for 1 second to let everybody know that tonight's program, Talk to Me with Jamie Simon, is brought to you by Del Trey Productions. Now listen, Del Trey Productions is a full-service audio and video productions company. Mandel?
Yeah, we have a lot of projects in store. We have a Facebook page, so check us out on Facebook. It's Del Trey Productions, just as you heard it. And we got some stuff coming up. Check us out.
Yeah, and go and like our page. And also, we want you to follow Talk to Me with Jamie Simon on social media. Go to Instagram, go to Twitter, go to Facebook, like our page. Follow us to stay connected, and so that we let you know what's going on with the company and let you know what's going on with the program, all right? So let's get back to the program.
Yeah, we need to get back to this program.
All right, let's get back in, all right? We'll holler at y'all later.
Have a good one.
All right.
Okay. James Cleveland.
Wow. Left hand, strong left hand. Reverend Cleveland, man, for me was another form of freedom. He just, his accompaniment. You know, I used to watch him kind of play when he would rehearse and play for my mom, and just his definition. You know, his left hand would just set it up. His introductions were like, okay, something's getting ready to happen. And
Wow.
I tell you what happened.
Wow.
You know, after he stopped playing for my mom, and, you know, my mom started letting me play for her. And so I played my little cool introduction. And my mom was like, that ain't nothing, play it like James would play it.
Wow.
You know, and I'm like, nobody plays like James. She was like, play it like James would play it. So that kind of taught me. It's the same thing I was telling you about, that foundation and that support. Singers like to feel like, okay, I got something to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Reverend Cleveland, his it just meant foundation and just, you know, he has the strongest left hand on the planet.
John Green.
What you know about John Green? John Green, man, for me, prior to Stephen Ford, because John Green, man, is back when I was 5 and 6 and 7 years old, when I was going to Redeemer, man, before, you know, I had ever touched the organ, man. He was like Superman on the organ, man. You know, because he was the only organist I saw up close. So
Right.
I used to just go to church and, man, just love to hear him play shout music, play slow music. I mean, he 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 I learned a lot from him in carrying his service, and kind of when a minister's speaking, with the cool little stuff you play behind minister, I learned that, and then I kind of learned how to make your left hand play like a bass, and I mean, he was just. He was the full deal. He was the full accompaniment. At our church, it was nothing but piano. It was 2 pianos, drums, and organ. But dude, he was it, man. I was just one day. He was my one day. I was like, one day I'm gonna do that.
Right.
John Green was the stuff, man.
And boy, did you do it. Aretha Franklin.
Jamie Simon. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Richard said that I'm supposed to say something nice about him. I can't think of a thing. I can't think of one thing. No, all right. Richard is one of the all-time great pianists. Richard Gibbs.
Miss Franklin, man, makes me know that dreams come true.
Wow.
I used to, like, my mom wrote on her Amazing Grace album, wrote Mary Don't You Weep.
Right.
And so, of course, being a songwriter, when your song gets on a record like that,
Right.
everybody in the house is going to hear that.
Absolutely.
I got whoopings to that. I did homework to it, everything. But I used to, man, when I was younger, my mom used to have a big, huge collection of records. And Miss Franklin did an album live at the Fillmore West. And on this album cover, it just shows a picture of the stage, and there's Billy Preston on the organ, and Ray Charles on the electric piano.
That's amazing.
And Cornell Dupree on guitar, and Chuck Rainey on bass, and Bernard Purdy on drums. And of course, a lot of musicians read credits. So all these guys, David T. Walker, I used to read everybody's credits.
And all of those guys were on that session?
Well, David T. Walker wasn't, but everybody else, I believe, was on that session.
Wow.
And King Curtis in the horn section.
Wow.
So I used to look at that album cover, man, and just listen to the record, of course. And Spirit in the Dark was the cool R&B song that you could sneak and play in church, and. So, I was just like, I don't even know if I said back then I'm gonna do that one day. I think I used to just be like, wow, I wish that were me. I wish I could do that.
Wow.
And honestly, Jamie, man, to have the opportunity, man, to be there, man, I periodically, man, I just thank Miss Franklin sometimes. Just thank you for the opportunity, because it doesn't have to be me. It's so many great players, man, but that for me was just like life-changing, man, because I got to really start just experiencing stuff that, I've been some places, man, where I just look around and just be like, wow, God, you are more than awesome.
Right. Now, this name, same thing in that vein, Inez Andrews.
Oh, man. My mom, man,
Yep.
well, give me a minute.
Yeah. Yep.
My mom says, you can do it. My mom, what that says to me, man, is Wow, Jamie, I'm gonna get you. It said my mom, man, believed in me a long time ago, and I'll never forget the first concert she took me on was in New York. It's John Hasten Singer's first anniversary, and you know, I had two. They used to have these outfits called Garanimals. I had a red one and I had a blue one. And so, you know, I had on my little Garanimals hook up and went to this church, man, and I never seen so many people before in my life. And once again, it was just me and my mom, you know, so, you know, and just as I got older, man, to know that she trusted me with that, man, just says, you know, my mom let me learn on her, man.
Wow.
My mom let me play for her when I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Wow.
You know, and she would always just tell me, you know, you got to be dominant. You got, you know, I'm listening to you. Forget what everybody else doing, and this is what I need from you. And, you know, man, my mom just taught me so much about accompaniment.
Yeah.
You know, and that wasn't a word she used.
Right,
You know,
right.
My mama didn't say that. My
Right.
mama was like, I need you to, if you're going to give me an introduction, I need to know that's the introduction. It's time for me to sing.
Right.
Those were the ways she taught me about accompaniment, you
Right.
know. But my mom said discipline. My mom, when I think about her, I think about patience. I think about, my mom had this thing, you know, if I'm wrong, I'm right. You know, and I didn't get it a long time ago, but I'm glad that all the way to the end, man, you know, I can honestly say I respected her
Yeah.
and did the stuff that wasn't popular to do, you know,
Yeah.
but now I can look back, man, and wasn't nothing left unsaid, wasn't nothing left undone,
That's amazing.
you know.
That is amazing, man. And you know, family is so important, man. With, you know, just day to day, last couple of weeks, man, I've been in front of a lot of people whose dads have been dying, and it's just been on me real heavy to tell people, you know, if you're going through something with your family, work that out.
Straighten
What
it
you
out.
just said, you know, there was nothing left unsaid. I mean, that's where you want to be. You never know when somebody's gonna go. We don't know, right? We get the birth date and the dash in between, but we don't get the end date. We don't know what the expiration date is. So everything in between that time, if you have family members, you gotta talk to them, and you have to let them know how you feel about them.
That's right.
They need to know that, and so
right, man.
it's great, man, that you said that that mom knew.
She knew, man, and I can honestly say all that love could do was done.
Oh wow, that's a song, Doc.
It is.
That's a song.
It's
Whoa.
It's a song I wrote, but nobody will ever hear it.
Oh God, that's great. That's great, man. Oh hey, well listen, this has been amazing, man.
Yeah.
One last question. You can answer it one way or the other. Did you choose music, or did music choose you?
I think I choose music hands down. When I started hearing theme songs on TV, like when I heard the Flintstones, I thought that was the greatest piece of music ever. And I had to learn it. And then when I heard Gomer Pyle, when I heard Jim Nabors singing on Gomer Pyle, I was like, oh, he can really sing. You know, because I came up under singers and music and stuff, you know.
So you knew it when you heard it, right?
Yeah, and I knew the real deal when I heard it. And I was
right.
like, oh, no, that's really cool,
Wow.
you know. And so I have to say, I think I definitely chose music, and you know, I'm glad I did, man. I've been blessed to, you know, people often say, you know, you don't get to do for a living what you love. You know,
Yes,
some
sir.
people get up and go to work every day and
Right.
they do it, and it ain't fun. It ain't what they like to do.
Right.
And I am blessed, man, that all my life I have been, from age 7, able to make a living.
It's an awesome testimony.
Doing what I love, man. A lot of times I didn't understand it. I got an opportunity to learn what I love and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Right.
You know, man. So, you know, God is awesome, man. He has allowed me at 52, man, to, you know, before my mom passed, she told me, she said, you know, that she was so proud that I got a chance to do things that she never got to do.
Right.
But I got to tell her, you know, I'm standing on her shoulders.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's big, man.
Man,
That's big.
I don't talk about my mom that much. I'm going to get you, JB.
Hey, and that's where we're ended. Richard Gibbs.
All right, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
definitely.
that.
Talk to me, would you? Talk to me. Ooh, yeah. Talk to me.